สวัสดีครับอาจารย์ครับ
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone who is interested is welcome to join. We will start with our first participant, which is Disaya Phương from Thailand, from southern Thailand.
Good evening, Ajaan.
Yes, what can I do for you?
I have I have to report you that last week I asked you that I have a problem with the all bad words come to me, and so it made me feel so sad. And if nowadays it's not stopped because I face the same problem. And now the same problem from my aunt, and I fight her back. I'm so sorry, Ajaan, and I can keep mindfulness, and I have no equanimity.
Yes, you have to keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto. When you start to feel bad, when you start to react, just recite Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Or walk away from the person that you are engaged with. Don't confront. When you confront, you get more anger. So the best way is to separate yourself from the person who made you angry. If you cannot calm your mind with mindfulness, just excuse yourself, go to the toilet or somewhere, and then use mindfulness to calm your mind down.
I try to fix this problem. Last week I had a call to her, and I tried to stop the conversation, Ajaan, but she said to me and start raising her voice that listen to me, and
okay, just listen. Just listen. Just listen and let she talk until she is tired of talking. Then she'll stop. You don't have to do anything. If you don't like to listen, you just put the earpiece in a little bit far away so you don't understand what she's talking about.
Okay.
Just let she talk until she get tired.
When she talk, I try to keep it putto, and
if you don't have to listen, if you don't have to listen, then you don't just put the earpiece away from your ear, so you won't be able to hear what she's saying, and let she say whatever she wants to say until she's satisfied, and she'll stop. You don't have to say anything back.
Okay. I don't need to listen to her.
Well, if you cannot remain calm listening to it, then just put it. Just listen without understanding. Just put it so you know that she's still talking, but you don't really know what she's talking about. Just let her talk for as long as she wants. Be like a post, a wall. Just be a post or a wall, and just you can talk to the wall you want. Then eventually you'll get tired of talking. You'll stop. You don't have to react. You don't have to reply. You don't have to say anything. There's no law that you are breaking when you're not saying anything.
And if I don't say,
Silence is golden. Silence is golden.
okay, and if I keep silent, it could make her angry.
That's her business. You didn't make her angry. She made herself angry. You didn't say anything. How could you make her angry? She's angry because she wants you to get angry. So when you get angry, she's happy. So when you're not angry, she get angry.
Okay, because the story that she talked to me is all the past, and I don't want to listen.
It's all nonsense. You just let her talk. Be a listening ear for her. She wants to just to relieve all the tension inside her. So let she talk. Let she relieve all her tension. Be a good listener. Just listen.
Okay. Okay, it's so helpful, Ajaan.
Okay, try it.
Because last week there are a lot of the mean words come to me. It's not the one person, a lot of too many person that I face.
Well, you cannot stop them. But you can stop yourself from reacting. So teach yourself not to react. Just treat it like a thunder. You cannot stop the thunder in the sky. So you cannot stop people from saying anything they want to say. Just let them say. So what's so hard about it?
Okay, just act like I'm just listening, but I'm not listening at all, right?
Or you can do that. You can. You hear, but you listen, but you don't hear.
Okay, I think it might be work for me.
Yeah. Try it, and let me know tomorrow night if you.
And last week that you teach me that you teach me that I have to blame myself, that I will get used to it, right? About all the bad words. It's work, but it's not. I think it's work to me when I say to myself that I'm so full, I'm so ugly, that is I think it's just a word, but
Yeah, just a word. You can say anything to yourself. I'm stupid. I'm foolish. But when you say it to yourself, you don't feel bad. But if somebody else says to you, you feel bad. Yeah. Because you expect them to say good things about you. That's all. So you have to change your expectation. You cannot expect always nice word. In this world, there's always nice word and not so nice word spoken. Because people sometimes they change. Sometimes they are nice and sometimes they are not nice. So you have to understand this is the way things work in the world.
Yeah, about the Dharma teaching last week, you teach me about expect for the best, hope for
the best, expect the worst.
Yeah. Okay. Last time that I have a cake for my student birthday, but they say the bad word to me that she don't like it. It made me so sad and made me cry.
Yeah, because you expect her to like it. So when she doesn't like it, you get disappointed. You become sad. So I try not to expect anything from anybody from now on. Don't expect anything.
I didn't expect that. She said to me that she don't want it, and she don't like it, and she want to vomit my cake. It's so bad words for me.
What can you do? What can you do? If she doesn't like it, you cannot force her to like it.
I can't do anything. But yeah.
Yeah, you still expect things from people. So when they don't give you what you expect, then you become angry, become sad. So I told you not to expect anything, then you won't be sad, you won't be disappointed. Expect the worst. I always tell you that. but you always hope for the best.
Yes.
You have to do both. You have to hope for the best, but you also have to expect the worst.
But the worst for me just I think my students just accept and don't say thank you. But it's super worse for me that she said the bad thing.
Well,
Like-
you can use this as a lesson to teach you what next time you ain't gonna get that cake for me. So you save some money in the future. You don't have to buy another cake for her. So you can turn the bad situation into a good situation by say, "Oh, I'll be saving some money now. Next time I won't buy her anything." Okay.
I will keep practicing, and last week I'm loose, Ajaan.
Yeah, you still need to practice a lot of mindfulness and wisdom. Okay,
Thank you,
everything is anatta. Everything is not under our control. We cannot always control everything. Sometimes we can control something, sometimes, but not all the time, not everything. So get ready when things are not under your control. Just laugh. Just look at it and laugh and say, ha ha. Why be sad when you cannot do anything about it? Might as well enjoy it. Enjoy it. Okay. Don't take life too seriously. Life is just an illusion. We come with nothing and we leave with nothing with us. So why you want to get so serious about things? All you have to get serious about is how to live your life. That's all. How to look after your body. That's the only thing that you have to be serious with. But the rest, you don't take anything with you. So you can just take it or leave it, Then you won't have any stress in your life. Take it or leave it. Take it as it comes. If you don't like it, then leave it alone. Okay?
Okay.
Next, Kwan Liman from Malaysia. You take everything? Can you take everything? Good or bad?
Ajaan, my mother passed away 4 years ago in this month of March. So last month I dreamt of her. She was sick. So I quickly do dana, donate to the temple, and do some merits, and I transfer the merits to her. But last Saturday I dreamt of her again, and she was sick and in a bad state. So I quickly go to the temple and do some offerings and dana and transfer merits to her. Then on Monday, my niece dreamt of her passing away. So it's in 3 dreams that she is in a bad state. So, but I have already did dana, donation, offerings, and transfer merits. When I transfer merits, I just think of her and the good things that I have done and transfer to her.
Yes, that's all you can do. Just say, when you make merit, you feel good, and you transfer this feeling good to her, so that she can feel good like you feel good. And if she feels good, then she can be in heaven.
But if we dream of her 3 times, does it mean that she needs more merits?
It doesn't mean anything. It's just your own interpretation.
So what we can do is just to do some merits and think of her.
For your own peace of mind, really, not for her.
Oh, so the departed will not be able to receive merits?
You don't know whether they're waiting for your merit or not. You have to be able to communicate with her in your dreams. Talk to her, ask her what she needs, how is she doing. Just like when you meet me right now, You have to have conversation. Then you'll find out whether this is true or not true. See?
But
If
in
you-
the dream, there is no conversation. Then we
well,
just
then maybe it's just your own imagination. That's all. Sometimes you think of her. So when you sleep, your mind generate this dream about her. That's all.
oh, because my niece also dreamt about her.
Yeah, anybody can dream about her. Yeah, there's no limit how many people can dream.
Okay. So we just do what we can do for the
If you
peace.
want to do, or you don't have to do anything.
No, we will do something.
Okay, once you have done it, then forget about it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay. Next, Anura from New Zealand. Where's Ramya tonight? She's busy.
I think today. Yeah, I think she may not join today. Yeah.
It's quite late now. They're sleeping.
Yeah, it's just past. So she was not sleeping well last night. So
Mhm.
So I don't have any question, Tangajan, but previously you mentioned that seeing just listen but not hear, but see but not see. This is basically someone who has attained Magapala's behavior. Is that correct? Just see but not.
See but not hear, or see but
Yeah.
not see but not seeing.
Yeah.
Seeing but not see.
Yeah.
Hearing, listening but not hearing.
Yes.
Something like that. You don't take things that you hear or see into your heart, into your mind. You leave it outside.
Yeah.
Don't,
Is there
don't-
someone with a Magapala who can do that always? Or?
It doesn't matter who, just do it. There's no. I don't want to go put a stamp on that. This is the
Right.
person has to do this. If you can do it, you can do it. If you cannot do it, you don't do it. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
If you understand, some people might not even study Dhamma, but then they understand nature, they understand life, they understand how to deal with things in order not to get themselves hurt or stressful.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that you have to be a Buddhist to know to do this thing.
True.
Sometimes you are Buddhist without a label, which is better than being a Buddhist with a label and not knowing what the Buddha's teaching is all about.
Yes.
It's all about keeping dukkha away from your mind. That's all. That's all the purpose of the Buddha's teaching.
Yeah.
Get rid of dukkha or prevent dukkha from entering to your mind.
Yeah.
By merely know what you see what you see, and not reacting to them. That's all. Not to react with love, hate, or fear, or delusion. But if you can react with passion, you can react with mindfulness, or loving kindness and compassion. You can do that. It won't hurt you if you react in that manner. If you react with love, hate, or fear, it will create dukkha in your mind.
Okay. Understood. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Tangajan. Thank you.
So in order for you to be able to do this, you need a lot of equanimity.
Yes. Yeah.
You just have to practice a lot of meditation, mindfulness, and calm your mind, bring it to equanimity. Okay.
Okay.
Next,
Yeah.
Professor
Thank you,
Ken.
Tangajan.
You're welcome. Professor,
Good
not
afternoon,
teaching
Tanajaan.
today. Not teaching today.
No teaching at the moment.
A holiday.
No, it's the semester, but I managed to keep the Tuesday afternoon free, so it's
Okay.
free at the moment. Yeah. I have no questions this afternoon, Tanajaan. Thank you.
Okay. I'll go to Aparachita from Dubai.
Yes. Good evening, Ajaan. I also don't have many questions, but I listened to Beyond Birth. I think it's on your YouTube channel. So I just wanted to say it's very nice that your student Karen read it. So that was very helpful. So thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
It was very sweetly read as well.
Okay, happy to hear that. Happy that you enjoy, and I hope it can be useful.
Very much.
Okay, good. Now next, then I'll go to Kok Seng from Singapore.
Okay, good evening, Ajaan. Tonight I have a question to ask, and that is I shall read from the text which I prepared earlier. A few years ago, I used to chant the mantra of Amitabha in Chinese language. However, as I take up the Thai forest tradition, my faith in the teaching of Amitabha Buddha has diminished. My mother, who is 89 years old this year, with some slight dementia, recently blurted out the name Amitabha Buddha in Teochew dialect, a language that she's familiar with. So this prompted me of the need to prepare my mother for her eventual passing on by chanting something which she is familiar, namely Amitabha Buddha, so that at the moment when she's going away, passing on, she will not be that fearful and so on. However, the problem with me is that because my faith for the Amitabha Buddha is somewhat diminished, so I'm trying to reconcile my faith in the Theravada tradition versus the need of my mother to chant something that she's familiar with. So maybe Prajan, you can help me to reconcile this thinking that I have.
See, this is just a method of mindfulness, calming your mind, and the person has to do it herself. Your mother, she has to do it herself, and whichever method she uses to calm her mind, that's the method that she can choose from. It doesn't have to be Buddha, it doesn't have to be Amitabha, it could be death, it could be anything, just so that you stop thinking and your mind becomes still and peaceful. That's the purpose of chanting, to stop your mind from thinking, especially thinking in a way that will create stress in your mind. So if you can stop your mind from thinking, then there won't be any stress.
At the point of passing on, is that correct?
Well, you pass on either you're calm or not calm. See, if you haven't practiced meditation, you haven't practiced mindfulness, you will probably get excited, get distressed, anything, agitated. But if you can recite some chanting or some Buddha mantra and continue to do it until your mind becomes calm, then you will pass away peacefully. But this is easier said than done. You can't just come and do it at the time of death. This might take years of preparation.
So for my mother case, she doesn't know how to chant Buddha. She's only familiar with chanting the Amitabha Buddha in Teochew dialect. So I would have to chant with her to so-called to keep her in the practice of chanting, so that at the time when she's going to pass on, and hopefully she can remember the mantra and then she can recite the name. So is this thinking correct, Prajan?
I don't think so. I think she has to do it on her own.
Yes, she has to do it on her own, but most of the time she will not chant it unless I'm besides her, then I chant it together with her, then she will practice it.
But you cannot be beside her all the time.
Yes, true.
When you're not beside her, what she's gonna do then? The Buddha said you are your own refuge. You have to not depend on other people for refuge. You have to do your own practice. But as a kickstart, you might be able to do that. Get her kick started. But once she got started, she should be able to continue on her own. Okay.
Try that. Yeah. Thank you, Prajan.
Next, Rita. Rita, where are you from? I forgot. Last time Carly told me.
Good evening, Ajaan Suchart. I'm actually from America, but I'm living in Bangkok now. It's really nice to be here this evening. Thank you for supporting these Zoom sessions. My question is aligned with the last questioner about passing away. And I was wondering if you could provide some guidance for what we how we should prepare our minds so that when we pass away, we can do what we can to arrive in the next life where we'll be able to practice the Dhamma. So if we don't gain release this lifetime, what do you suggest we do so that we have a good opportunity to practice and maybe the next lifetime? Thank you.
Okay. What keeps you practicing is what you do now. See? If you keep practicing now, eventually it will become habitual. It will become a part of your habit. So wherever you go, regardless of where you were born, whenever you have the opportunity, you will do the practice on your own without having anybody to push you. But if you haven't done anything like meditation or practices, so you would probably need someone to get you kick started, or else you won't be able to do it on your own. So the way to prepare for future life is to practice whatever you want to do next life. Do it now until it become a habit. If you want to be meditating, you do it now. So when you want in the next life, then you can continue on meditating because it's in your mind, not in your body. It goes with you. The mind is like a hard disk that you put everything in it. And when the computer breaks down, you take the hard disk out, and then you get a new computer, and then you put it in the new computer. But all the information on everything that you have accumulated from your last computer will remain in the hard disk. So you can continue on as if, nothing happened. You get a new body, but your mind is still the old mind. Whatever you used to do, you'll continue doing that.
So
yeah. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, so as we're dying, we remain as aware as possible with the breath and the concentration. And I guess I was just wanting to know if there's anything more that we can do. I've just heard, that, it can be pretty intense. So, so you're suggesting to cultivate the calm awareness and mindfulness so that when we are dying, that we can maintain that presence of mind and mindfulness so that whatever is happening, we can just let go of the body and just transition into the next life.
That's right. Yeah, you won't be distracted by events that are happening. If your practice has become so strong that you can always maintain calm at all times. So even now, you might think right now you can maintain calm, but if you want to be sure, you might have to expose yourself to some sort of danger and see if you can still continue to remain calm. If you're near a life and death situation, for instance. And
I have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, this will guarantee or will certify that your practice is whether you pass the test or not. So, you can try to sit, and when you feel painful, try to remain sitting and try to be able to remain calm and go through the pain. Because when you're sick, when you're really sick, when you're about to die, you might have to face a lot of pain. And you cannot just move your body around and get rid of the pain. Not when you meditate. So this is what you should try to practice. Try to do the homework. Two things is pain and death. This is what you have to try to do this homework. How can you remain calm under pain? How can you remain calm under a life-threatening situation? So, with the practice of mindfulness and wisdom combined, you will be able to do so. But in order to prove that you can do so, now you have to take the test before you take the real test.
Thank you.
Okay, so you have to ask yourself, are you ready to face the body pain without depending on any other means of it, getting rid of it? Because other means can be more harmful than good. If you take painkillers, you will become dependent on the painkiller. So try to use meditation and wisdom to understand the nature of pain. That pain is just like an occurrence, like the weather, something that you cannot control or force it to go away, but it's something that you can learn to live with. So this is what we want to do. Try to be able to teach your mind, train your mind to accept pain and accept death. If you can do this with equanimity, with calm, then your mind will not be hurt. You will not have no stress or depression or whatever, anxiety, worry, agitation. So this is something we want to keep practicing now, see, before we have to take the real test. We have to, our practice now is not doing the homework, preparing for the eventuality, prepare for the real test that will come upon us, upon everybody. So the practice of mindfulness and the understanding of the nature of life as being anicca, dukkha, anatta will then teach your mind to accept and let go, and not resist, or not trying to want it to be otherwise. Okay.
Thank you so much.
So you know what to do now?
Got a lot of practicing to do.
Yeah,
Thank
do a
you.
lot of meditation. Go into a retreat, 7-day retreat, 10-day retreat. You'll get a lot of boost that way. If you're just practicing at home, you won't be able to do as much as you're on a retreat. When you have nothing else to do but just meditate.
Yeah, we decided that we would start increasing our meditation periods longer, so that we would force the issue, force the discomfort, so
yes,
we're going to try to do that a bit.
Try to give up all the sensual pleasure activity as much as possible. They're not useful when you're dying or when you're in pain. They cannot help you then. Do something that can help you, which is meditation, mindfulness, and wisdom.
Great. Thank you for the inspiration.
All right. How long you stay in Thailand? Indefinitely?
At least until September. We have our visa until September, and then not sure.
I see. You're just here on a holiday, or
No, we're on a retirement visa right now.
I see. And you choose Thailand?
But it's
for
the
any
land of
particular
Dhamma,
reason? Huh?
the land of Dhamma with all of you revered Ajaan. So try to make good use of this time.
Do you go around and visiting other teachers?
I was part of the group that came to the
Clear Mountain group.
yeah, the Clear mountain group. And then, so my husband and I are going to, we would like to revisit those monasteries as well as a few up in Isan.
Yeah, okay. Good. You'll get you some more added information and also, you know, the chance to do more practice.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank-
Happy to talk to you.
Thank you.
Okay, next, Christine Coe from Penang.
Good evening, Ajaan. I would like to ask, do you have any monks under you?
Well, not officially. I'm not a teacher. I'm not an abbot. I'm just an ordinary Joe who just happen to have more seniority in terms of the years in row. So I have monks who respect me and take me as teacher, and I have monks who don't. It's up to them.
Oh, okay.
Most of the monks who live on the mountain, they consider me as a teacher. But the monks who live down below, they don't consider me as a teacher. Because they care more with, they look to the abbot, because the abbot is the one that they have to seek permission whatever they want to do. But they cannot seek anything from me, so I'm useless to them, except Dhamma. But if they don't want Dhamma, then they don't see any need to have me.
Yeah, because like long time while we can find a teacher like you. So maybe next time we can have a good teacher under Long Puma lineage.
There will always be somebody coming after my generation. There always another new generation come. Right now they're priming themselves. You know, they are practicing, and eventually they'll be prominent. They'll be in the front stage. In this tradition, we respect the elders, so we don't want to block them. You know, we follow them. We don't want to. When we have someone who's older in seniority, we let them be the leader. We be the follower until the time it is for us to be leader. Then we lead. We go by seniority, the number of pansa, not by appointment. But unfortunately, this temple that I live in, I stay in, they use appointment. They appoint abbots. So the one who appoint will then appoint the one that he likes. Doesn't have to be according to seniority. Someone he can command, but he know that I'm not the one under his command, so he won't appoint me for that. I'm independent.
Okay, we have you. Thank you, Ajaan.
And also, I don't like the administrative work that comes with being an abbot. I won't have time to sit here and talk to you and teach Dhamma if I take the position of abbot, because there'll be a lot of ritual functions and official work, administrative works. So I'm very fortunate I'm spared this opportunity to be abbot.
Because you're teaching exactly same like my past master, and he has passed away. He also we often to have him because he also can speak well English. Then he already passed away, so we are fortunate to meet Dan Ajaan. Yeah. Hardly to find a good teacher with English speaking.
Then you must hurry up because time is running out.
Yeah. And I see back the picture 2017. We were there take picture with Dan Ajaan. Then I see this year, I feel that wow, we aged so much.
That's right. We keep aging all the time. Every second You're getting older every second.
Yeah. Last time Tanajan still in black hair. Now Tanajan got gray hair.
Get bald head now, get white hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
More. Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
Hurry. Time is running out. Okay. All right, we'll go to Alfredo from Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Hi, Bante.
Hi, how are you?
Okay.
How do you say hi in Portuguese?
Oi.
Oi. Not
Tudo
ciao,
bem?
not ciao, not ciao.
No,
Right?
ciao.
Oi.
Yes.
Oi.
Yes. I will travel with my group of motorcycle
When?
last weekend.
Oh, you went already. Did you
Yes.
enjoy your trip?
Yes. Rain on road,
Mhm.
but it's okay.
Was it better than meditation?
Meditation more stay in breath with other persons in group.
Mhm.
More a little space of concentrate
Mhm.
in group.
Uh-huh.
I like to stay with my friends if I have traveling in group.
I see. Okay. So traveling is still better than meditation.
Yes,
you.
it's good to meditation in my bedroom, in hotel at night, at early at morning.
I see. You do what? You travel and also you also meditate when you in your hotel room.
Yes, I like to think in breath, Bante. Buddha say, if not have samadhi, not have panya. If not have panya, not have samadhi.
That's right.
The thinking in breath is good, né, Bante? Thinking in
Yes.
breath.
Yeah. Watching the breath, not thinking about.
Watching the breath. Watching the breath.
Okay.
Yes. In group 2, né, Bante?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not focused with my friends, né, because he speak and speak and speak. He are workers man. He are married. He are daughters. I a little focus.
You listen.
But they respect me.
Hmm. Okay. At least you enjoy your trip. That's good enough, right? And now
Yes.
you're back and do more meditation.
Yes.
Okay.
On the restaurant, the person says to me, "You have to work with Dhamma, work with the Buddhism." I say to theirs, no, Buddhism not can to work. Religion is not work. not may win money with Buddhism. Buddhism not allowed. The person have I work, but other persons want me work.
Want you to work.
Yes.
But you don't want to work.
I don't work, but I have a tranquility life, but
yeah, good. You want to meditate more than working.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes. But the sensual pleasures, more or less, is good, Bante, for us, Bante.
It's good when it lasts, but when it's no longer there, then it can make you depressed.
Yes.
So that's the danger of sensual pleasure. It's good when you have it, but when you lose it, then you can become depressed.
Yes.
So you have to be careful. You're playing with poisonous snake.
Yes.
So it might bite you if you're not careful.
Yes.
It's better to meditate. meditation is not a poisonous snake. It
Yes.
won't bite you. It will always be loyal to you. It will always give you happiness.
Yes.
And you can always do it anywhere, anytime. Once you know how to do it, you can do it all the time.
Yes. Why you explain meditate a lot and upadana for jhana? The
Yeah,
difference.
because that's when you get real happiness. When you get to the fourth jhana, you get real happiness. It's almost like
But
nibbana. It's just only temporarily nibbana.
Yes. But it's upadana, né, Bante, for jhana, né?
Upachara is not fourth jhana. Upachara is somewhere between. It's not in the fourth jhana.
No, other thing. It's not a clean before jhana.
It's not what?
It's not a apego is not a clean.
Not clean?
Clean. It's not a it's not how to say?
Can you spell the word?
Apego, Bante. Apego is for jhana.
Ubeka.
Climb. Huh? When we have with jhana in mind, Brahma words. Brahma words for jhana. You're not enlightenment because jhana is very hard. It's a problem, né, Bante?
What is the problem?
Jhana.
Jhana.
Vipassana. Yes, jhana is not vipassana. Is more important for jhana, né, Bante?
Vipassana. Yes. Before you can get to vipassana, you have to have jhana first.
Yes.
Or else your vipassana will be just merely thinking, not strong enough to back up your act with your action. Vipassana is to see that everything is dukkha and you have to let go. But if you have no jhana, you won't have the strength to let go.
Yes.
So you have to practice jhana first. Because jhana can stop the mind, can stop the clinging and attachment. But it doesn't know whether it should cling or to let go until it has wisdom to see that the things that it clings to, like the body, will cause the mind dukkha. If the mind doesn't want dukkha, the mind has to let go of the body, for instance. If you have no jhana, you cannot let go because your attachment will be stronger than your wisdom.
Yes.
Okay.
Only you enlightenment, you not need jhana more, né? But
when you become enlightened, it means you have let go of your attachment to everything.
Yes.
Everything that is anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Like
I
like
say this because
bike riding, you have to let go of your attachment to bike riding if you want to become enlightened. If you still attached to bike riding, then you're still not enlightened. You don't see dukkha in bike riding.
Yes.
You'll see one day when you cannot ride, then you want to ride and you cannot ride. Then you will have dukkha that day.
Yes.
It's better to see it now before it happens. So that when it happens, then you won't have any dukkha because you have let go of your attachment to bike riding now.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
everything that you do in this world through your body is all anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Yes.
Okay. So don't be attached to them. Don't be attached to any activities that has to use the body. Except
Yes.
for meditation, except for mindfulness. Yeah, that's all.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's my goal.
Okay. I thought you have already reached. You have your name put on the Ubeka already.
Yes.
Just a name, not just a goal that you want to reach.
Yes.
Okay. I hope you reach there soon.
Yes. Thanks, Mante.
Okay. But you have to keep up your bike riding.
It's good.
Okay. Just talking. Okay. You do whatever you want to do.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Good. Next, Belinda from Singapore.
Ajaan. Thank you. It was very enjoyable listening to the Dhamma.
Dhamma can be fun also.
Yes. Ajaan, you have demonstrated to me just now humility. You're very humble. So Ajaan could
What
teach
did I
us.
do? What did I do?
Your answer to Christine Cohen. I see. Ajaan demonstrates humbleness by acting on and saying and teaching us through your answers. So I wonder how should we cultivate humility on a daily basis? Like how do we?
Just think yourself as a slave to everybody, then you can be. Think yourself as a servant to everybody that you meet. Everybody you meet are your masters, are your boss.
There is this so. Ajaan, continue.
It's good to be humble because you don't have to prove anything.
Yeah.
But to be big, to be strong, and to be great, you have to prove it to other people. But to be humble, it's so easy. But it's hard to do for people who has ego. But if you have no ego, then it's very easy to be humble.
Sometimes ego can be covered up, like sense of righteousness. Like I feel someone bully somebody, and then, I feel it shouldn't be bully or things like that. So there's some form of sense of righteousness, like
yes, it's all delusions. Based on your thought, your thinking.
What is right? What is wrong?
Yes, not based on the reality. If you see things in terms of reality, you can see that anything can happen, good or bad, right or wrong, and it's not your place to try to fix it. Your place is to understand that this is the way things are. But we like to fix things. That's the problem. We like to fix things. We like to do things to make it to suit our pleasure, to suit our like and dislike. That's when we get into trouble. If we can just take things as they come, then you don't have to do anything. That's also being humble, to take things as they come.
Not what way, like there's a sense to protect the self. Like if someone bullies the servant, in inverted comma, like, and we are put in the situations that's dangerous, or then we need to learn not to be a doormat, right, Ajaan?
Yes, yeah, no, you have to accept that this is the consequence of being born. See? Yeah. Once you're born into this world, you're subjected to anything that this world can give it to you. So if you can accept this condition, then you don't have to do anything, just accept.
It's profound, Ajaan.
It's easy to say, but it's hard to do.
It's very profound.
You're gonna get sick, you're gonna get old, and you're gonna die. This is what you will get. Which can be worse than this? What can be worse than this? If you can accept this, then nothing in this world can hurt you anymore. That's why the Buddha kept teaching us to think that once we are born, we are subjected to aging, sickness, and death. Don't forget this fact.
Mm.
Then if you know that you can accept this thing, then you can accept anything that can happen to you or to anybody. Because in the end, everybody's gonna end up dead anyway, right? So what is there to do? Really, there's nothing to do. If you can see the journey from start to finish. No matter what you do in between doesn't change the ending of the story. It can either give you peace or stress. If you accept the ending and you don't have to do anything, then you have peace all the time. If you want to fight and you want to change things, you keep getting stressed. In the end, you get to the same ending. You can go peacefully, you can live peacefully and go peacefully, or you can live in stress and go in stress. That's all there is to it. If you're smart, then you live in peace, you go in peace. If you're dumb, you live in stress and you go in stress. It doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor, you're powerful or not. Yeah. It's not important. What's important is how you live and how you go. So learn to live in peace by accepting things, be humble, accept things, be a servant, don't be a master, don't be a boss. When you're a boss, you become choosy. You want this and you want that. You don't want this and you don't want that. But when you're a servant, you just take whatever your boss gives you. Take whatever life gives you. Be a servant. If you want to be a boss, then you want to tell what life, give me this and give me that. And no matter what you get, you're gonna have to give it all back again when you die anyway, right? So you don't really get anything, even though it seems like you're getting so much. You're getting millions of dollars. You become kings and princes and prime minister, and in the end, you don't take anything with you, whatever you get. You leave everything in this world because everything belongs to this world. When you go out of this world, you don't take anything with you. But people forget this simple fact, simple truth. People forget. They think they're gonna live on this earth forever. Forever and a day. Okay.
Thank you so much, Ajahn. Very helpful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next, Gary, also from Singapore.
Greetings, Ajahn. Just happy to be listening in. No questions. Thank you.
Okay. Philip and Adeline from Kuala Lumpur. Congratulations on your country woman winning the Oscar.
We show you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have any questions tonight. Happy to be listening in.
Did people in Malaysia celebrate this achievement?
Just happy, but
there's no
holiday. There's no holiday or anything. So everybody's just happy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make an observation. I mean, I used to be very fearful of heights, going to high places and things like that. And last week I went up to a very high place, looking down, and strangely, right? I think probably about 80% 80% of the fear of like falling or dying disappeared, because I could actually manage to calm myself with the breathing, and after like probably about 5-10 seconds, that fear of like heights just went away. Probably about 90%. I still feel that there's probably about a bit still lingering there, but yeah, I mean it's amazing. I mean what samadhi can actually do to the mind.
Yes, mindfulness especially.
Yeah.
Mindfulness can stop the mind from reacting to anything.
Yeah, I mean it was really, really bad. I mean, but yeah, I went up to some place very high, and I just focus on the breath, and yeah, then probably 90% of the fear just disappeared. I mean, I could still feel a bit there, but not as like last time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so just I said this.
You stop the mind from reacting.
Yeah, this technique.
You're creating equanimity by using mindfulness.
Yeah. So I mean now I understand. I mean now I understand what Ajaan you mean there by trying to test yourself. Maybe one day I try to test myself in the jungle and see whether if the tiger comes at me,
yes,
I'll react or not.
Or just the thought of the tiger coming is enough to see to start your reaction already.
Yeah.
I was told that there's a cave nearby Ajaan's place that there's a lot of snakes. Is that true?
Well, on the mountain, there are lots of snakes all over the place already, not just in the cave. You can almost run into a snake almost every day.
Oh, okay.
Still, I'm fearful of snakes.
Yeah, that's why you have to be very mindful when you walk.
Okay.
Because this is the reason why monks go to the forest, to the wild places, because it forces them to be careful. By being careful, they are being mindful.
I saw a documentary somewhere that Thailand has the biggest king cobras in the world. So it's
the other day, I think in the news there was someone caught a king cobra about 4 meter long.
Wow.
4 meters is about what, 12 feet.
So okay, so that's
And
another.
they didn't catch it in the forest. They caught it in the house. They just came out to look for food.
Okay.
And someone called the police when they saw the snake hidden in the house.
Wow. Okay.
Not the police, but the what we call people the snake catcher. Come and help catch the snake.
I think that will be our next test, will be staying outdoors and fearful of the wild animals like snakes and so forth.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Good to test yourself to see how far you have got so far in your practice, and how much more you need to do. Okay.
All right, that's all. Thank you, Ajaan.
Thank you, Ajaan.
All right. Next, Valerie from Spokane or from Seattle? Seattle, right?
Seattle, Tanajan. Good evening. Hello, everyone.
Good morning to you.
Thank you. I wanted to follow up on your answer to Sister Rita's question, and your response was the mind is like a hard drive, and that it can go from one computer to the next after the computer dies. I've always been kind of curious. Sometimes I wonder, what sort of adhitanas that the previous lives or the previous Willeries have made, just because sometimes it feels like, I'm not executing in my own needs or my own wants. And is that something that one would know, or if it's the same hard drive, it'll just naturally present itself, and then that way you can kind of execute on what the previous adhitanas have been?
See, your total personality comes from the hard drive. What you are, how you feel and think and do things. This is all in your hard drive, not from your parents. You don't get these things from your parents. what you like, what you hate, the colors, the food. This all comes from your hard drive, comes from your past life. Everything that you do will be recorded in the mind. The mind is like a hard drive that records everything that you do, what you say, and what you like, what you dislike, and so forth. And it continues with your new body. No one teaches you what color to like and what color not to like, right? What kind of flavor you like and what kind of flavor you don't like. This is already been programmed in your past life. So it carries over into this life. But you can reprogram it, you can change it. If you find out what you did in your past life and you do it now, it's not good. Like for instance, if you used to drinking in your past life, so in this new life you start to drink again, but you happen to be introduced to Buddhism, and Buddhism teaches you not to drink, for instance. And if you trust or believe in the Buddha's teaching, then you say drinking is not good for you. So then you can resist your desire every time you want to drink. And once you start resisting, eventually this desire for drinking will disappear. And you reprogram your mind, you reprogram your personality, your habit.
Okay.
This is what we try to do now, to reprogram our habit. Our habit are dukkha producing. Whatever we do tend to produce dukkha for us. So the Buddha said, reprogram your action, your karma. By doing the three things that the Buddha taught all of us to do, is to stop doing bad karma, do only good karma, and get rid of your defilements, your greed, hate, and delusion by the practice of meditation. This is reprogramming your hard disk. Okay.
Thank you, Tanajan. So we come with past karma, but then in the current moment we can actually change that past karma or change the habit so that
if it's bad karma, if it's bad karma, we change it. If it's good karma, we want to
keep it,
to support it, to develop further. Like if we have some amount of mindfulness, and you can sit for a certain length of time, you might want to develop more mindfulness and sit longer in meditation. So what is good? You want to increase it. What is bad? You want to reduce it. That's basically what it comes down to. Sometimes you need somebody to tell you this, because sometimes we forget. We don't know why we do this thing. But occasionally, when you come into the teaching of the Buddha, then you understand, okay, why you have to do this, why you should do this. But if you don't have somebody to tell you, you might continue on doing what you used to do and not trying to change it. So now you come across the Buddha's teaching. Now you know what you should not do and what you should do.
Yes, thank you, Tanajan.
So it's up to you whether you can do it or not now. Because it's not easy to come across the teaching like this. It's only once in many lifetimes before you can come across the Buddha's teaching again. So
it's not
don't lose it. You can do it until it becomes a habit. Once you become a habit, you become a sotapanna. So that's the first level of enlightenment. And then you will not lose this habit anymore. These three things. Avoiding bad karma, doing only good karma, and purify the mind. Once you can establish it permanently in your mind, you'll become a noble disciple. The first level is sotapanna. And then from then on, your next life, you will continue and do this until you reach the final stage of enlightenment. Okay, so follow this three teaching. Stop doing bad karma, do only good karma, and purify your mind. Get rid of your delusion, your greed and hatred. Okay?
Okay, Ajaan. Thank you.
All right. Next, we'll go to Indonesia. Evie, you've been away for a couple of weeks, huh? Or 1 week.
Yeah, last week I go to see the movie. Ajahn. My development arise.
And you're not ashamed of yourself to
Yeah, very shame. And I feel regret. When I uh, go to see the movie, I feel regret. Why can I am here now? Am I wrong? But it's okay lah. I am here. Just watch the movie. It's okay. Next week cannot. I must join the Zoom. So I am here now.
But you can also watch it the other days.
No. Only one. Do mistake only one time.
I see.
Cannot continue. That is not right. So I must stop. When I do the mistake, I must feel
guilty. You must feel guilty and try not to do it again.
Yeah, I must
remorse.
feel.
We have to have remorse. Feel remorse.
Yeah. Oh, that is the stage. That is the taste like this if we do wrong. Okay. Next time don't do again, okay. So I'm here. I don't have question today.
Okay, good. Nice to see you laughing again. Once, never seen you laugh again before. Not like today.
So I go to see movie and feel like what? I feel why I'm doing this. Like crazy people.
Yeah, your delusion is leading you, not your wisdom.
That is okay lah, just one time.
Avijja paccaya sankhara. This is avijja is delusion. Teach your mind to think about going to movies.
Sankhara paccaya vijnana.
Yeah, then you go to the movie to see the movies. And you get good feelings from watching the movies. Then you want to watch more movies next time.
Oh no, cannot again, cannot. Because I don't want to enter the trap. That is the trap.
Yeah.
The trap for us. Our sensual feeling come arise and
attachment
we continue.
Arise.
Yeah, we continue and finally when we realize, hey, what I am doing I feel stupid Okay, come back.
Okay.
Don't do again.
See if you can do it or not. It's easy to say, but I don't know whether you can do it. Actually, do it. Next time there's a good movie out, you might want to forget what you're saying today.
Sometimes I have the feeling, hey, want to watch the movie because I have curious But when I get stuck in the internet, I will stop myself. No, don't do it because it will arise when you meditate and disturbing me because the video come out. Like
Hindrance
cannot.
come out. Sensual pleasure.
Yeah. So when I feel, because I am often feel the hindrance, so I don't want to get more and more hindrance inside me
Yeah, you have to keep the 8 precept.
8 precept. Usually I just take 8 precept 1 month twice only.
Twice a month, 2 days a month.
Yeah, 2 days a month.
What about the other days? You let your sensual pleasure lead you.
No, I have the border. Cannot do, can do, I do. Cannot do, I don't want to do. Just like that. So simple.
Okay, good. You have to be firm.
I must know. Okay, this is I can do. Okay, I do. Only good thing not for sensual pleasure, like find the happiness outside. Like, yeah, sometimes I go to a good place to eat.
That's also sensual pleasure.
Sensual pleasure. Much of my sensual pleasure is to eat, Ajahn.
It's the same like watching movies then. It's no different.
Not different. But eat only just a few minutes and I feel full. Okay, I stop and I feel satisfied. But tomorrow no. Maybe I eat the good food only one time a week lah. One time a week. Because I am not.
You should not eat for enjoyment. You should eat just for maintaining life.
Oh, sometimes
like you take medicine. Eat food like you take medicine. Don't enjoy. Don't choose the food that you will enjoy. Eat the food that you don't enjoy.
But only one times a week, man. I want to eat.
It's still attachment. One time a week is attachment.
Because next week I want more, babe. I want more. Yes,
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah, you have to have no exception.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go next to somebody else before we run out of time. Okay, next is Vandana. Vandana.
Thank you, Ajahn. Good morning.
From California.
Yes,
I hope you have another storm coming. Huh?
Yeah, right now I can hear my wind chime in the balcony. This windy. Yeah, but yeah, the weather is impermanent, anicca, again, changing. So as I just wanted to bring up what my other fellow practitioner was talking about, putting yourself in the danger position to check, test. So today that's my day to do it, because I've been donating some blood for Red Cross for a few years now, and also I was like a plasma donor. They want me to donate often because I am AB positive, so they needed more. So, but what happened one time, I passed out because the plasma procedure is pretty intense. So after that, I said, okay, they said, okay, just donate whole blood. Don't worry about plasma anymore, because it gave you a severe side effect. I passed out, I was vomiting, and my daughter brought me home. But today, yesterday also, they told me that we are in the need of plasma, because there are a lot of need, and this is a rare blood type. So today I booked the appointment. I'll be going there in the evening. So I'm putting myself again into that position to check, because let's see how it goes. I thought I just ask you. I will be mindful. I will be breathing. Do you suggest anything for people who, like for yourself, you go into the jungle in front of the tiger? So
how did you react last time when you
so for the plasma I donated, but then one time only severe impact happened in 2021, and then I was like, I thought I'm dying or something's on the table. And then I woke up, I went and sat on my car, and my daughter was driving me. And then she told me that you passed out and you were just vomiting while I was driving you. So they told me, no more donation for you. Just stop doing it. But I said, no, let me do it. And I went for the whole blood. So yesterday when they told me they need plasma again, so I said, yes, I'm going to do it. So my daughter again told me, don't do it. It gave you such severe effect. And I just had my other surgery last week. But at the same time, as you said, that right, the time is running out. We don't have much time. And I don't know if I have next month or no, I want to do it. So I just have to go through it to see how it goes.
Well, the goal is just to remain calm.
Yes.
Whatever happens, that's all. Just remain calm.
Yes.
because
Yeah.
it's something you cannot control. Your body you cannot control sometimes.
Yes.
And it wants to have severe side effect, it's going to
It talks.
happen.
It's going to happen, yes.
Mm.
And I was not myself, I was not very scared, but the people around me, like the nurses who were doing it, and then my family, they made me more worried. I just forgot about it. I said, okay, it happened. It happens
Because
to everyone.
they haven't had any Buddhist training with them. If they
Maybe.
have Buddhist training, they would.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. If I had to die there, I would die happily because that's for the good cause. And yeah, so I thought I just let you know that I'm going to take this test today in the evening.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And everything else, well, I'm trying to keep my 8 precepts, but the eating is not working out. So I have to eat maybe 3 or 4 o'clock. And after that, I just had my tea or coffee in the evening. So I'm trying my best to keep up with the pattern.
Especially when you have to donate blood, you have to
Yes.
have a strong
Today I
body.
have to, yeah. Today I have to drink a lot of fluid and I have to keep up with, that's I cannot, yeah.
Okay, but it's a good act, it's a good karma.
Yeah, because when I came to Buddhism, then my Zen center, they organized a drive, and then since then I started doing it, and it feels very good to do, and I'm more motivated. I tell people your body is making it, no matter what, just give it away. Why you want to keep it? But some people have fear of doing it because they feel like they will feel weak, but no, nothing happens. You just, in one day your body reproduce it again. And the good thing is that if you don't know your blood type, that's a big deal for me, because I didn't know I was AB positive until they told me.
Mm.
So unless you know it, how would you know that I have only, I think 3% people, it is a very rare blood type, 3% people has it.
Mm.
So it becomes more valuable. So I always encourage and request people, please check your blood type and see if you can do something. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you,
Okay.
Ajaan.
You're
Thank you for your
welcome.
blessing.
Okay. Next, Sri Check from Vancouver, Canada.
Ajaan?
Good evening, Ajaan.
How are you? Good?
We are good, Ajaan.
Anything today?
Then Ajaan, I have a question. The kilesa is embedded into our mind. When we are young, like children, like if we get angry, we don't hold grudges. But when we grow up, and then you'll see like people hate like each other and hold grudges. How does like the kilesa manifest itself when we grow? I mean, if we don't hear like the Dharma from the Buddha.
Well, see, sometimes your defilement can only works depending on the ability of your body to follow what your defilement wants to do. So when you're young, you might not be able to do much with your body. So to hold any grudges, then it would not be possible anyway, for instance. So sometimes it depends. Your defilement might be limited to your ability to carry it out with your body. It doesn't mean that you don't have any grudges, but when you're so young, you might not yet have the strength or the know-how to continue with your grudges. I don't know, but this is just how my analysis of it.
Okay. So the defilement
Like
also.
your defilement is not as much as when you grow up, right? When you're young, all you want is just a toy or something to keep you happy. But when you're older, you want something alive. You want a boyfriend or a girlfriend. So the object of your defilement changes depending on your ability to acquire what you want. when you're young, you're happy with $1 a day, the
Mm.
allowance. But now you cannot live on $1 a day. Okay.
So it grows.
Yeah, it grows with your ability to support the defilement. Defilement will grow according to your ability to support it. Like if you have $1 million, you spend within that limit. But if you have 2 million, then you spend more than 1 million.
Oh. And then we lose that 2 millions, then we suffer.
Suffer more than
Yeah.
Then when you don't have a million. Before,
Yeah.
when you didn't have any money when you were young, you didn't have any money and you didn't suffer anything.
Mm-hmm.
But once you grow up, you start to get acquired the habit of spending money. So when you have no money to spend, then you get a lot of dukkha.
Oh. Okay.
So try to live simple. Don't spend money. Don't spend any money, only on the necessity of life. Then you won't have much dukkha with concerning money.
Mm.
If you spend a lot, you have to find a lot of money, make a lot of money. And when you cannot make a lot of money, then you cannot spend a lot of money. When you cannot spend a lot of money like you used to spend, then you have dukkha.
Mm.
If you don't spend a lot of money now, then it won't hurt you if you don't have any money to spend tomorrow. Because you don't spend it now, today.
Oh.
That's why the Buddha teaches the austere practices. Live in austerity.
Mm.
Eat once a day, for instance. That's all your body needs, just once a day. Food. You don't have to eat 3 meals a day.
Mm.
But if you used to eat 3 meals a day, you'll find eating once a day very painful to you.
Yeah.
But for me, as soon as I started practicing, I trained myself to eat once a day. So eating once a day to me is no problem.
Mm.
But it's a problem to you because you never train yourself to eat once a day. That's all. Because you're used to eat 3 times a day or 4 times a day.
Yeah. 5 times a day.
So it's just a matter of training yourself. So it's better to live simple because then you don't require to have much to keep you happy. But if you live extravagantly, then you need more to make you happy. And when you don't have more to keep you happy, then you become unhappy.
Mm.
So in order to be happy with little, you have to practice a lot of meditation also. Because when your mind becomes calm, your mind have contentment, and your mind is not hungry for things or food or drinks or anything, then you can live austerely.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm. Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Next, Alvin Lee from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajaan. Ajaan, I want to ask you a question regarding last week when we talked about Vipassana meditation. Is the wisdom developed samadhi same as Vipassana meditation, Ajaan? The one that Wangta Mahaprabhu.
See, normally when you meditate, you use a meditation object. You use mindfulness.
Yes.
You focus on a meditation object, such as your breath or the mantra, to stop your mind from thinking. But sometimes your mind can be, someday your mind can be so restless because it has issues that it worries about, like sickness, your own sickness, or your financial problem, or anything. And that makes it impossible for you to use mindfulness to concentrate on your meditation object. Then you want to use wisdom to to stop the mind from this being involved or worry about things by studying the nature of things that you worry about, like money or health. And you will find that it is anicca, right? Money is anicca, health is anicca. Anatta, you cannot always control it. So you might go into bankrupt and you cannot stop that. If it's gonna be, you're gonna be bankrupt. But if you just keep worrying about it, it doesn't change anything.
Yes.
But if you see that it's anatta and say, okay, I'm gonna be bankrupt, let it be, then your mind can become normal, peaceful and normal. Then you can then use mindfulness to meditate again. So this is what it means by wisdom, by using the three characteristics to stop your agitation or your restlessness or worry about something. When you see that things will happen regardless of whether you worry or not, then you say it's better not to worry, just let things happen. Then your mind will calm down. But if you want to fight, you want to change, you want to protect this thing from happening, then you're trying to keep thinking all sorts of means. Can I do this? Can I do that? And you won't be having any peace of mind until you can solve this problem.
Correct.
So this is what it means by using wisdom to calm your mind.
So this is vipassana meditation.
It's not vipassana. It's just using wisdom, using panya, using rationality to calm your mind rather than using mindfulness.
I see.
Vipassana deals exactly with the fetters. When we talk about vipassana, we're trying to let go of the fetters, our attachment to the fetters.
Okay, the 10 fetters. Okay. Thank you. Vipassana also we use.
Vipassana is more specific. It's about letting go of the attachment to your body, to the pain, and to your sexual desire, sexual craving.
Right. Okay.
These are more vipassana.
Okay.
But on the general level, we don't call it vipassana, we call it panya, rationality.
Okay.
Sometimes we translate as wisdom. Common sense, really, that's what it means. Use common sense.
All right. Okay.
By using the three characteristics of existence as your means of having common sense. Because anicca is common sense. Everything is anicca. Everything is anatta. This is common sense. But sometimes our delusion makes us forget this common sense and wants to change things or do things that we cannot do. And we cannot do things that we get stressed. When you have common sense, you say, okay, this is something you cannot do. You just have to accept it.
Sometimes your defilement will prevent you from accepting.
That's right. So you get stressed.
Yes.
And then you won't be able to meditate.
You know, you can't control it, but then you still try to fight against it because of you got strong defilements. Right?
But then you see what the consequence of resisting the truth. You become restless and agitated.
Correct.
Or depressed, whichever. And if you don't want to be depressed or restless or agitated, then you just have to accept the truth.
Yes, exactly.
It might take a few days for some people before eventually accepting
it. Or never. Yeah.
Or never, I don't know.
Yes.
When you're living stressed all the time.
Yeah. Okay, Ajaan. Thank you.
Okay. Next, Declan, Doa, are you still in Thailand somewhere?
Yes, Ajaan. I just came out of Wat Nana Chat yesterday after 7 days.
And you're back in Pattaya?
I'm back in Pattaya, waiting to go back to Ireland. I could relate to a lot of what was said tonight. It was very good. I have one or two questions, but when I was up in Wat Nanachat, I was there 33 years ago, and I met the abbot, and he was a Samaneng at that time, Ajaan Maitano, and he was just a few above me because I was an Anagaraga. And what you were saying earlier on about, the next generation of monks or whatever, I think, yeah, he's the only one that's left from that time. There's another abbot in New Zealand, but maybe the rest have disrobed or something,
Yeah.
So I was like what you said earlier on about the real happiness through meditation. So I was wondering, why do so many senior monks disrobe, if they're getting real happiness?
Because they forget to practice and they get involved in other activities, like
No, but
teaching other people or running the monastery or something,
yeah,
raising money or building something. Instead of
yeah.
meditating, they end up doing construction work instead.
But even senior monks, like with that group, after 30 years, they're disrobing, and then if they're at to be getting real happiness through meditation, so why would they disrobe? That's my
Because
own
they
question.
didn't have any happiness. They didn't meditate. If they meditate, if they're happy, then they won't disrobe.
And I kind of related. It's not really a question, but my friend passed away just before I came to Thailand, and he was not interested in any Buddhism or anything like that. And I think, he lived, he knows up and down in life, everything goes up and down, but he passed away very peacefully. And he was a drinker and this and that, but he was very peaceful.
We don't really know whether he's real peaceful or not, because you cannot read his mind. His body might be peaceful, but his mind might still be.
Oh, I was in the hospital with him in the room, and he was very good. He was, he was totally accepting, life is like this, you die, and the same way he lived his life, there's ups and downs, and you just accept it down, you get on with your life, So that's the way.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, but also as wondering about another question about like sitting through the pain. What you were saying, you have to sit through the pain.
To learn to accommodate yourself with the pain, acclimatize with the pain.
But like I'm nearly 70, and so my knees and my hips are kind of getting to that. I think most people suffer from that, when they get to that age. Well, a lot of people, not most people. So my question is, Ajaan Sumedho said that you can sit in a rocking chair and meditate. Is that possible, do you think?
Yes, but you only get a certain level of result from your meditation, not as if you're sitting still. Because when you move your body, your mind also has to move with the body, because the mind is the one that tells the body what to do. So you will not be able to calm your mind to any deeper level than that.
But even with the mind tells the body what to do, but sometimes you don't see that mind. That's the subconscious, isn't it? Sort of sometimes it just instinctual moving the body. It's like you can't see the thoughts coming through, move my body. It's just
instinctual. But it's still action by the mind. It's still activity by the mind. When you meditate, the goal is to stop all activity, all mental activity. So you have to first still your body.
So sitting in a chair, do you think that's okay or not?
It's okay, but don't rock the chair. Just sit and be still with your body.
Yeah.
But sitting on a chair might not be as
productive,
stable as if you sit cross-legged, especially when you sit for a long time. After a while, your body might start to lean one way or the other, and then eventually you'll be forced to move your body. Not as if you sit cross-legged. Once you sit cross-legged, then there won't be any possibility of leaning too much on one side or the other. So
So
if you
I have
want
to
to,
start.
yeah, but if you cannot really, then if you cannot, then you just have to accept you cannot sit cross-legged. But you can still meditate. But the result of meditation might not be as good as if you sit cross-legged. That's all.
Okay, Ajahn. There are many other points, but that's fantastic, Ajahn. Thanks. I'd
So
like
you
to.
did, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I'd like to come out to the what if it was possible.
Just come by any day you want to.
Thanks very much,
Before
Ajahn.
you leave.
Yeah.
How soon are you leaving?
No, I'm not leaving for maybe another 2 weeks. But what was said tonight, there were many things that's, like my mother-in-law is dying at the moment in serious conditions. So if you know, mentioned tonight, so I have a longer, so I have about 2 weeks. So I was thinking if it was possible to come out to the what. But
If
you were
want
saying
to,
about,
if you want to go up to the mountain and meditate during the
Yeah.
daytime, you can do that also.
and you
We
were saying
have-
about the snakes there.
Yeah.
I got it.
We have a sala which is not being used during the day. You can go sit and meditate.
Okay, Ajahn. Yeah. Thanks very
Okay.
much, Ajahn. Thanks a million.
Okay. Good. Next, be Ravin, also in Bangkok, Thailand.
Yes, good evening, Prajan. Yeah, so I was going to say that it's been really good session. I've heard a lot of good stories and comments, and I'm just trying to relate to myself regarding the sensual pleasures. I realized that without meditation, it's very easy for the mind to fall into the trap of them. The one thing I can say that I've been able to kind of keep more in control is my regard for food. Over the past year, I've tried to only eat 2 meals a day instead of 3. And I realized that, as Thanajan, you mentioned, the body doesn't really need 3 meals a day. It's more of the mind that wants to feed the desire. So I find that, eating 2 meals a day not only helps with my health, but gives me more mindfulness when I want to meditate, because I don't end up becoming sleepy or drowsy at night. So yeah, I thought I wanted to share that with you.
Okay, good.
But the problem is the other sensual pleasures, like, for example, watching movies, especially with the Oscars just finishing. I couldn't help but getting myself through the list of all the nominees. So yeah, it's hard, but I realize that it is a sensual pleasure that I need to try to control. And I realize the only way I can do that is by meditating, which I do, but I don't think I do enough of. So that's why outside meditation, I'm quite easily swayed by the temptations. So is that why you mentioned that the 8 precepts will become useful in helping to clamp down these desires?
Yes, because if you keep the 8 precepts, then you cannot watch any entertainment or do any entertaining activities like dancing or singing.
Yes, I realize that it's something I try to do, but it's very difficult when.
So it just means that you're not strong enough to resist your desire, the sensual pleasure desire.
So we need mindfulness to develop.
Or you want to use some wisdom and say, what happens if you go blind? You won't be able to see a movie. How would you feel if you become attached to watching movies? Think of the permanent nature of your body. Should anything happen to your body, then what will you do? You'll become depressed because you won't be able to do the things that you wanted to do. So if you think like this, then you might be able to persuade your mind to maybe moderate your sensual desire. You might not be able to stop it all at once at the same time, but go by step, reduce it. reduce the watching the number of movies you watch once a month to half or something first.
Yes, Tanaja, I never thought about that, thinking that if I go blind, what would happen? Or if I go deaf, I can't listen to music.
Yeah.
So that's what I need to train my mind to kind of vision, like, okay, one day if my body becomes dysfunctional, how do I cope with it?
Or the ability to purchase things to satisfy your cravings also. You might run out of money. You might have to budget your expenses, So you have to choose by watching a movie or eating a meal.
Yes. I wish it was as easy as with food. With food, I feel that, once I cross the barrier, I find it easy. Like Tanajan, you say you eat only once a day, you find it easy. I find it very easy now to eat just twice a day instead of 3.
Well, you can use the same logic you use with food with other things because they are the same thing. They are sensual pleasure. They are the same thing. You don't need them. Just tell your mind you don't need them.
The mind is very
like you don't need to eat 3 meals a day, so you eat 2 meals a day.
Yes.
So you don't have to watch 10 movies a month. You can watch 5 movies a month.
Yes.
Do step by step. Reduce. Go by half life. Reduce half of it at each time. If you used to watch 10 movies, reduce to 5. And the next time you reduce it 2.5. You can do it if you're persistent, if you have a goal if you set up a goal to do it, then it's a challenge to you. So once it's a challenge, you don't want to lose, right? You want to win.
Yes.
So consider this to be a challenge.
Yes, I do enjoy challenges. So
And people want to go to the Olympic. This is a challenge for them. So they have to practice hard. And eventually they get to the Olympics. But if you don't set up a goal, then there's no reason for you to do anything. Because you have to set up the goal. I have to reduce my sensual pleasures now to have within a 6-month time or whatever time limit you want to set up. You have to set up a goal. If you just expect things to happen, it won't happen. Your defilement will not disappear just because it just get tired. You never get tired.
Yeah. And it grows more and more if we don't keep it under control with mindfulness.
It increase more and more. Like drinking, when you first start drinking, you might just drink one glass a day. And before you know it, you drink half a bottle a day.
Yeah, I resolved that problem by not buying any alcohol into the house. So at least I minimize my drinking to special occasions only.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you still drink?
Rarely, but yes, rarely.
Only when you're forced to, like situation, like people, family, or friends.
Social norms and pressure, but other than that, I don't drink.
Not on your own. You don't initiate it on your own.
No.
Even if you feel bad, you don't resort to drinking to solve your bad feelings.
No, I don't, because I tell myself there are other more delicious non-alcoholic beverages to enjoy. That's the first step.
You never thought about meditation as a replacement.
Meditation does help, but I never thought of using it to stop me from drinking. Actually, regarding drinking, what inspired me was I was watching some tennis earlier last year, a few years ago, and there was this athlete, and she's Muslim, and Muslims don't drink. And because she won a trophy, you know, the organizers would hand her a bottle of champagne, and she actually refused the bottle because she said, "Oh, I don't drink; it's my religion." So that actually inspired me. I said, "Hey, if a world-class athlete can refuse drinking alcohol, why can't I?" So that's what got me into just not drinking unless really necessary. And I did promise myself one day I will stop drinking altogether, but that's just that one step that I need to
Well, then you should look at the Buddha as your model then. The Buddha stopped everything. Why can I not stop everything like the Buddha? He's your teacher, he's your role model. You never look at him as your model, do you? You only think of his enlightenment, but you never look at how hard he had to work to get to that point. He has to give up his palace and live in the forest, live as a beggar.
Yes. But I do take inspiration from the Buddha's Noble Eightfold Path, and you know, all the 8 elements to it. I try to incorporate them into my life.
It has not to drink alcohol in there too.
Yes, I'm aware of that. I believe I'm very close, Ajaan. It's just
good. I'm not trying to press you too hard.
No, but it's good. It's good to remind me, because at the end of the day, you know, using wisdom, there is no benefit from drinking alcohol because you lose mindfulness. And especially if I work so hard to meditate to gain mindfulness and I throw it away by just having a drink, it's, you know,
not worth it. Not
worth it. Yes. And you know, when I was younger, you know, these kind of thoughts don't manifest. But when I'm a bit older now, I look back in my younger days, I realized that, you know, that was just fueled by desire and intrigue to try it out. But after I've tried it all out, you know, the excitement's all gone. There's nothing special about it. Then I find it easier to let go. So that's why I stopped buying drinks into the house. You know, I don't try to order drinks. You know, I keep it to a minimal.
That's the step in the right direction. Hope you eventually will stop drinking completely. Okay, we have to move on now.
Oh yes, sure. Thank you, Ajaan.
Next, Dean, still in London.
Yes, Ajaan. Thank you, Ajaan. I'm aware the time is short. Just want to mention 1 or 2 things very quickly. Last week, I read your book, Beyond Birth, in one sitting and thoroughly enjoyed it, especially the part Open Heart, Open Dharma. Dr. Maboa transcript in there talk about Sapaya is the not suitable environment for monks to meditate. And if you have a bit of time, I just want to go straight to the point of asking you on a practical level some advice for some types of kilesas. Could it be that the only way is to physically move away from the environment and people that promotes the creating of kilesas, and henceforth stay away for good? Is that I know I have to exercise kusala skillfulness, and it might appear like I'm avoiding. I just want to ask, on the practical level, how much should I intervene with environment and people that might promote kilesas? What is a skillful way of handling this?
Well, you want to hang around people who don't smoke, who don't drink. You want to hang around people who meditate. That's what you want to do. Find people who meditate, and usually they are monks who lives in the monastery. So that's where you should go whenever you want to hang around with people. Don't go to bars or pubs or restaurants or people at work. Most of them they will tend to go to bars or pubs or entertainment venue or sports venue or whatever, which is not beneficial for the mind because they are all sensual pleasure. They want to hang around people who like to meditate, who like to talk about meditation, like coming in here and discuss with us. We are talking about meditation. We're talking about giving up sensual pleasures. This kind of association will help you in your practice. So this is what is meant by suitable people, suitable company.
Sometimes I find I'm stuck. It arises in the middle of talking to people in a situation, and then while I'm interacting, the situation change, and should I walk away and avoid? Would that be skillful?
Well, it depends on whether you can do it nicely without causing any, disrespect or anything like that to other people. If you can excuse yourself, you want to go to the toilet or something.
Okay, Ajahn, thank you. Due to short of time, I really appreciate it. Yeah.
All right. Next, I think we have Samak. Samak, if I read your name correctly, Cauecermak. Okay. How do you pronounce your name?
My name is Cauê.
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 My name.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm from Brazil.
Okay.
First of all, thank you very much for the opportunity that you give us. I have some questions. So I'll start. I have been trying to investigate what are kilesas, where they are. I start to question myself if is Mara exists. Sometimes it feels like I have another person in me want what I don't want. I see her voice coming up. I see the feelings. It's weird. And when I start to investigate, this just disappear. But it's there. So it's a little weird. It's like other person inside me thinking and feeling and talking to me about perceptions that I don't really had. So it's like a fight inside myself is a little fight.
Yes.
Like
your mind has many personality. Your mind can switch from one to another. So what you want to do is to stop this thing going on in your mind by using mindfulness. This is the only way you'll be able to control your mind. Or else your mind will keep running, changing from one person to the next. You have the good side and the bad side in you. Sometimes they take turn coming up. If you don't control your mind, they will keep coming up and like this. And no matter how much you try to watch or reason, you won't be able to stop them or control them. The only way you can control this thing is to use mindfulness by concentrating your mind on something, on one thing, like the mantra Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Use your body, watch your body movement, every movement that you do. Concentrate on what you do. Then your mind will not be able to produce all these thoughts.
Thank you, Naja. But sometimes this didn't come with dots. It's just like a little intentions or images in my mind. Is it normal? It is.
Yes. Anything that happens in your mind is possible. It's normal.
Yeah.
But you don't, if you understand and don't follow or don't believe what you think, then it's okay. But sometimes you tend to believe or follow what you think. You think that you should go do this, then you follow this thinking, then you go do things. Then later you might feel sorry for what you have done.
Thank you. Yeah, and what are kilesas? Mara exists or not? It's just a
Mara
metaphor.
is a personification of evil, of bad karma. When something tells you to do bad karma, this is Mara. If something tells you to go steal or to go drink, this is Mara. Okay.
Could I ask another question or?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, it's a little hard to say, but I see that I don't have much mental maturity. I don't get into samadhi easily as a master's report. I have to put much effort
Yes, you have
in
to
my
put a lot of
practice.
effort. Yeah. You have to put a lot of effort in meditate, in mindfulness. You have to keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Or keep watching your body and don't let your mind go do other things, think about other things.
Okay. I have the doubt between living the lay or monastic life. I lived 1 year and a half here in Brazil in the monastery with Ajaan.
Okay.
Sometimes I ask myself if I could become a monk, and I just stay in observing the fear of having to go back to lay life as a old man without money. I have this fear. I work with computing, and I'm thinking about how can I help the Buddha Sasana to establish itself in here. Or what I want to know is should I focus on trying to live a monastic life or living a meritorious lay life? Which strategy would I use?
I think you should focus on your meditation practice. Now, as a lay person, try to do as much as meditation as possible. Try to reduce your other activities down and do mindfulness and meditation as much as possible. Because once you can meditate, once you can find peace and happiness within yourself, then you automatically decide you'll choose a monastic life. And you know that you can live in the monastic life once you know how to meditate and find peace and happiness within yourself. But if you cannot find peace and happiness within yourself, even if you choose monastic life, you might not last because your mind will still craving for the worldly life. So you must be able to establish a certain amount of meditation practice that will keep you peaceful and happy living in a monastery. Then you can become a monk. But other than that, it might be 50-50. You might become a monk, and it depends on whether you can concentrate on your practice or not. If you can concentrate on your practice, eventually you'll have peace and happiness from meditation. Then you can remain a monk for the rest of your life.
Thank you so much.
But you must be willing to give up your other activities.
Yeah.
But if you still want the other activities and meditate, then you only have maybe half and half. That might not be enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have to have results in my practice before be a monk? Results
Yes, you have to be happy, have to have peace, calm.
Yeah.
When you're happy, then you don't need to have anything. You don't have to go to entertain. You don't need entertainment. You don't need sports. You don't need holiday or anything like that. Because you can be happy by just meditating. Like Ubeka, you don't have to go bike riding if you have enough. peace and happiness. Okay, so try to concentrate on your meditation practice.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. Okay, to Sula, I think she's the last person in the room today. You have to be brief, Sula. We already passed the time.
Thank you, Ajaan. Yeah, I've got a question today. Yeah, I wanted to ask, is anger considered an expression of people wanting things their way, just like how parents will scold children when they do something wrong? Then some pet trainers will be fierce to tame their aggressive dogs or condition them to behave. And there is a sutta mentioning the 4 types of horses in this world. Then amongst them, there's one type of horse which will only move when hit with a whip. Does this mean that anger is justified at times too? Just like to hear your view on this, Sadhu.
Well, anger is actually the consequence of your expectations. When you expect something and you don't get what you expect, you usually get angry, right? So if you don't want to get angry, then don't expect anything. Take things as they come. Like the weather. Look at everything like the weather. You cannot tell when you want it rain, or you cannot tell when you want to have sunny. You just take whatever it comes. Then you never get angry at the weather. But you get angry at people because you expect something from them. And when you cannot get what you expect from them, then you get angry at them. Okay, so don't expect anything from anybody. Then you will not get angry at anybody.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Ajaan.
All right. I think that's all the people in the room. I think we go to Facebook now if we have any more questions. Do you have any question for Facebook tonight?
Yes, we have altogether 8 questions at the moment.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. The first 3 questions are from Suchart Chim. What is the mind of an anagami like, and how does he understand the mind to be?
Well, the mind, an anagami has let go of 5 fetters altogether. The view of a self, the view of the body and feeling as the self is disappear. It is just a natural phenomenon, and it has no doubt in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and it sees the law of karma. So it will never break any precept, do any bad karma. And it also see the body as not being good looking, not pleasant, because it sees the inside of the body all the time. Every time he sees the body, he sees the organs under the skin. Then he has no sexual desire for anybody. And here, by having no sexual desire, he also doesn't have any bad feeling arising from having sexual desire. So this is basically what an anagami is. And for this reason, he will not take birth as a human anymore, because he doesn't need a body to satisfy his craving, because he has no craving for any sensual pleasures. But he still have other pleasure that has to get rid of. He still enjoy jhana. He still enjoy being a self, thinking himself as a self. So he has to get rid of these things in order to become an arahant.
The next question is, when sloth and torpor appears, how do we handle this? Do we bear for a bit and then this will result in relief?
Well, when it appears, sometimes you cannot do anything but just have to accept it. But what you should do is to prevent it from happening the next time, which is more important. And you can prevent it by not eating so much, eating less. Or if you want to meditate, go to a scary place like a cemetery to meditate. then you won't have any sloth, any sleepiness. Your mind will always be awake when you meditate in the cemetery. Or when you fast, you don't eat, you only eat once a day, for instance, in the morning. And the whole day your mind will be alert. So this is a way to prevent sloth from happening. If it happens already, there's not much you can do really, except get up and wash your face and do walking meditation instead.
The next question is, I start to hold Sila Day, and when in Sila Day, I refrain from eating much and not do Raga desire. I can only do 5 Sila. Is this good?
Well, it's a start. Eventually you want to go to the 8th precept and you want to succeed in meditation. But if you're not meditating, then you don't need the 8th precept yet. You can keep the 5 precepts.
The next question is from Hemant Shawan. A gentleman from New Zealand mentioned something like Makapala. My question is, what is Makapala? Please explain.
Well, Makapala in Buddhism is the path and the fruit. The path is the practice, and the result from practice is called pala, or amaka, apala. Yeah, pala means translated as fruit. Before you can get a fruit from the tree, you have to plant the tree first. Planting the tree is considered to be maka. Once you plant the tree, eventually the tree will grow and then bear fruit. When it bear fruit, we call pala. So when you meditate, you practice, you are actually doing the maka, the path. And then when you succeed, you get the fruit, such as jhana or enlightenment. This is what it means by Makapala in Buddhism, the path and the fruit.
The next question is from Xiao Sang. Ajaan, nowadays I can be calm faster than previous, but I'm not sure why this week I can only sit for a short period, even though the mind is calm. Hope Ajaan can advise.
Because you don't have a system. When you feel like giving up, you stop. So if you feel that you haven't yet sat long enough and you want to get up, you have to refuse this thought and generate more mindfulness, such as reciting a mantra. Then you will be able to continue on sitting.
The next question is from Mandy Smith. Has Ajaan ever been in a hostile situation? Anyone tried to yell or attack you? How did you handle this?
Just calm, I guess. Sometimes someone tried to squeeze me on my neck to stop me from breathing. I just remain calm. And you say, well, this is the time for me to go. What can I do? Just let it be.
The next question is from Phoenix Lee. Dear Bhante, is the one knowing and noting the in and out breath the citta in Anjali? Thank you.
The mind is the one who knows. And the one who forces the mind to know a certain thing is called mindfulness. If no mindfulness, then the mind can just know anything that comes up. But if we want to force the mind to be still, you need to force it to know only one thing, such as the breath. And to force the mind, the thing that can force the mind is called mindfulness.
And the last question is from Aun. Based on my understanding, reading the Susima Sutta, it says that someone became an arahant without the 4th jhana. But Ajaan said one must have 4th jhana to become an arahant. May Ajaan advise on this?
Well, see, in the sutta, sometimes they don't tell you the whole story. They just tell you the highlight of the story, such as becoming enlightened. Like the Buddha said to a man that you don't have to, when you see things, just merely see. When you hear things, just merely hear. By teaching this man, this man become enlightened. But the implication is this man already had jhana, already had ubeka. He can remain still, not reacting to what he sees or what he hears. But if you don't practice, you won't be able to understand that there's an implication, not being said aloud. But if you're a practitioner, you understand then before you can remain knowing. When you see, just merely seeing. When you hear, just merely hearing. It means you already have equanimity already in your mind.
That is all.
Okay. I think that's about all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for your participation in this meeting. I hope that you can benefit from it and help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
กราบสาธุทุกท่าน
Thank you, Ajahn.
Sadhu, sadhu.